Hello everyone and welcome to part 2 of the Introduction to MyMomentum webinar. So let's begin this by recapping what we discussed in last month's webinar. So first of all, what is MyMomentum? It replaces manual processes and uses intuitive navigation to organize your programs, bring visibility to management, and drive accountability across your company. It's a simple-to-use cloud-based mobile app that automates your EHS programs by leveraging your existing headcount to implement industry best practices. All safety requirements and documentation will be organized and stored in a single location and available on any device, such as a laptop, computer, tablet, or phone. So how can MyMomentum help you? It allows management to track metrics and see your facility's commitment to safety in action. It reduces injuries, incidents, and workers' compensation claims and drives safety culture. It decreases the likelihood of EPA and OSHA fines, assures required trainings, inspections, and deadlines are not overlooked, and empowers employees to take responsibility and drives accountability in your company. It also allows EHS teams to spend less time reacting and more time being proactive. So how can MyMomentum help your company stay compliant? So your records are always available, such as program documents, safety data sheets, safety meeting topics, training materials, regulatory permits, customer requirements, and internal communications. You also receive automatic updates and weekly reminders about upcoming deadlines, user assignments, issues management, overdue items, and weekly admin reports. So in this webinar, we're going to discuss program features available within MyMomentum. We're going to talk about the dashboard, which is what you see when you open the site, inspections that can be completed in the program, action items and issues. We'll discuss how those work and how you can assign those to other users, the library and what that entails, and safety observations. So first, let's talk about the dashboard. So this is your dashboard, and this is what you will see as soon as you log into the site, and it gives you an overview of what's going on within your company. So let's talk about some of the features on this page. Here we have our injury information. We have our restricted days year to date, the days since the last injury, and the lost work days year to date. And this is automatically updated when injuries are logged into the system. Here we have an overview of open action items and inspections and injury reports. On the column on the left, you see all open action items when they were due and when they were last updated. And both of these are also updated whenever action items are opened, assigned, or completed. On the bottom of the page, we have incident reports, which includes property damage, agency inspections, vehicle accidents, and environmental issues, such as an oil spill. You also have best practice observations. This includes fist bumps and coaching for positive reinforcement, close calls and near misses for hazards that may need to be addressed, and feedback and hazards recognition. At the very top, we have our total recordable incident rate and our experience modification rate. And the EMR is used by insurance companies to gauge past costs of injuries and future chances of risk. So now let's talk about inspections. So this is an example of some of the inspections that you could have on your site. It shows you when they were last completed, and you can view other past completions. So this is an example of what an inspection would look like. You have each question with a check for yes, it's compliant, an X for no, it's not compliant, and NA for not applicable. So when you mark that an item is not compliant, this generates an action item. And when an action item is created, you can recommend improvements, note a date that it needs to be addressed by, and you can assign it to a user in the system. And you can attach a picture to clearly communicate to the assignee what needs to be addressed. Okay, so now let's talk about issues and action items in a little more detail. So once you generate an action item and assign it to the user, it populates onto the issues page, and this is what that looks like. So this is a specific issue. It tells you what needs improvement and the recommendations associated with that. You see who it was assigned to, the date it's due, and you can submit status reports. Even if you're not ready to close the item, you can update the status to communicate to other employees what is going on with this. And once you have completed the action item, you click action completed or closed, and it will notify all relevant parties. So now let's talk about the library. So the library consists of company files, operating procedures, safety huddles, the safety spotlight, and job type hazard assessments. So in the company file section, you can store company policies such as human resources information, medical clearances, and safety policies. And just to reiterate, this is a secure server and only those with permission have access. You can also store your safety data sheets and note an expiration date. You can store training materials such as OSHA fact sheets and other training documents. You can also store internal communications, company newsletters, and other important information here in the company file section. Also in the library, you can store job hazard assessments. And this is an example of a job hazard assessment that was developed in MyMomentum. And from that, you can generate a report that notes the task of a specific job, the potential hazards, the required training, and the required PPE. And this is great for onboarding new employees. And you can have them sign and date the document just to ensure that they're aware of the potential hazards of the job. Now let's talk about safety observations. This is an example of what the safety observations page would look like. There's fist bumping and coaching. This is for positive reinforcement for employees taking initiative with your safety and health program. Feedback and hazards recognition, close calls, and near misses. And you can note the site, and you can include specific employees in these. So now, how do you sign up for MyMomentum? Our subscription-based plans are cost-effective with a tiered pricing structure based on the quantity of employees at your facility. So you can sign up for MyMomentum on a month-to-month basis with no long-term commitment. A Spencer Chi MyMomentum expert will help you seamlessly onboard your safety, health, and environmental programs to your customizable database. Great. So next in the series, we'll discuss the admin features of the program. And this will be on April 14th. Thank you for joining me today, and please reach out if you have any questions about MyMomentum or this presentation. My email and phone number are noted on the slides. Thank you.